For some people, love feels natural or almost obvious, but for others, love feels unfamiliar, like one of the hardest subjects in the world. Who is better at love? Someone who has been loved before, or someone who has never really been loved? Maybe people who have been loved can love more naturally because they know what it feels like to receive that kind of care. Maybe people who have never been loved understand how precious love is and try even harder to nurture it and protect it. For someone who grew up with a deep sense of emptiness, or someone who felt they have to prove themselves just to be recognized, love is not something that feels automatic. Love becomes another thing you have to earn. Do I deserve this love? Do I have to work harder and prove more in order to be loved? Before you know it, love starts to feel like another thing you have to get right. When someone loves you, instead of simply receiving it, you start asking, why is he interested in me? Why does he even like me? This question comes first, without even realizing how charming you are or how beautiful you are. Even when he was right beside me, I still felt like I didn't deserve to be there with him. And those lingering feelings of not being good enough were always there, quietly sitting in the back of my mind. So maybe for someone who has never really been loved, love becomes an even harder subject. Maybe that was why when he treated me well, I didn't know how to receive it. It made me uncomfortable. When he came closer, it felt like he was crossing into my space. When he wanted to know me, it felt like everything about me was being exposed. When I look back on the way I loved in the past, I think I was someone who needed safety more than love. Of course, safety matters, especially for a woman, but that isn't the kind of safety I'm talking about. Before I could love him, I needed very deep sense of safety. I needed to feel it in both my body and my heart. I am truly safe with him. I regret it. Looking back now, he must have cared about me deeply. He must have loved me a lot. But I was so scared and afraid. I was always on guard, and I was trapped in this belief that I had to protect myself. Back then, I wasn't emotionally ready to see his quiet care and love he was giving me. All I could see was how hurt I felt. All I could feel was my own pain, and for such a long time, I was only looking at myself.